Alright, so today we're going to be testing out the DJI Osmo Nano. I got it mounted with the suction cup that comes with the camera. I really like how discreet it is. It looks like a little, almost like a little dash cam. I'm filming in 4K, 30 frames per second. Got the shutter speed to 1/60, and the camera is set to, the ISO is auto, and the EV is like 0.3. Curious if it's going to run hot. We'll see. I've got the mic mini connected to it, and I've got it set to about -8 dB. I think I'm in the standard wide format. What I really like about this camera so far is that it's small, compact. I do like this little suction mount. You could rotate it really easily. So if you wanted to face it toward the front of your vehicle, you can. It's just going to be a really great camera to, get point of view shots, POV. You could set it up. It's magnetized on the back and the side. I really like that about it. One thing I noticed, if you use the vision dock and the microphone at the same time, for some reason it won't show. People's been reporting that it will not show what you're viewing. So I tested something a few minutes ago, and I can actually use my iPhone to view what it's seeing. So I feel like that could be fixed in a firmware update, because it definitely was letting me see what's on screen or what's on the camera while using this microphone here. The vision dock's still running, so I'm curious what's going to happen, if it's going to get hot. Or I've got about 45-minute drive or so we'll see how it does. But I like how small it is. It's similar to the Pocket 4 and 5, I guess. I don't have a 5, I got a 4. But we'll see. You probably hear me shifting gears, and you probably hear some tire movement. I'll try to fix it in post, like the noise reduction in Final Cut or something like that. So this camera was super hard to get. So I don't know if I can't remember if I turned on the stabilization or the whatever it's called that DJI calls it. Like if you're real bumpy. But a friend of mine, Danny Black, has a channel, and he reviewed the camera early. And after watching, I went to go try to buy one on Amazon, and it was going to ship, but for some reason it got hung up, and it wouldn't update the tracking after a few days. And so at that point, it pretty much sold out on Amazon, or was back ordered till like November, I think. So I was kind of bummed out about that, but then I saw Adorama a few days later had it available, and so I purchased that. If the other one showed, then I would get a refund and send that one back. So the Adorama one shipped in like 2 or 3 days. So for some reason, I got like 2 DJI Osmo Nanos. They came in separate boxes. I only ordered one, and so I found out they had accidentally sent somebody else's. So I sent that one back yesterday, dropped it off UPS, and so now I got this one that I'm testing out from Adorama, and I think the other one showed up from Amazon yesterday, of course. So I'm probably going to send that one back. But I just think this is a cool little camera. I don't know, it's very discreet. It's probably shaking. I'm not sure if I got rock steady on. So I apologize if it is doing that. I'll try to fix it next time I film this. But I'm just driving home from work, so my commute's kind of like 45 to 55 minutes depending on traffic. But I wanted to test this out. I did order the DJI Osmo 360 a few weeks back from Sweetwater. They actually had it in stock. But I sent that one back yesterday. I just didn't feel comfortable keeping it for the price that it cost, and not having replaceable lenses. I didn't open the box. But I think I'm going to wait on version 2. Hopefully next year they put the replaceable lenses. I just didn't want to go through that. I don't know, with DJI and US, like I was saying, I don't know what they're doing right now. And I think in November they got to make some kind of like agreement, or if they're going to have drones and all that. So they're kind of limited their product. They kind of limited their products in the US right now. So that's why this camera was only available like on Amazon and Adorama. B&H Photo didn't even have it, so that was kind of surprising. I'm sure eventually they will though. But I was going to take a chance on this one because the price was just too good. And I was able through Adorama to get like a 2-year warranty thing. So if I do break it for some reason, I can at least get it replaced, hopefully. DJI did have a DJI refresh, and that was nice. But I'm not sure what's going on with that, because I think they took that one out of the States. I think it has to do with like how many products they got coming in. If they don't have enough products, then if you break it, they generally will send you a new one. I'm curious how bumpy this is, because it's shaking pretty good on the windshield, so we'll see. Hopefully the rock steady works pretty good. I may have to get a different mount. Now this is the one that this mount came with the camera, so you get a suction cup, it's got a little tripod, 1/4-20. You could unscrew the suction cup and you got that 1/4-20 mount. And then the nice thing about it, it has the same mount as like the Pocket, not the Pocket, but the Action 4 and 5. It has the same mount. So I might start doing these little videos, just like I have an hour to waste anyway, so might as well take advantage of it, put it on YouTube, talk about the different tech and other stuff that's going on. So far it seems to not be overheating or anything, because it's still recording. I'm just worried about how shaky it is, and hopefully it's good. But I think it's because I don't know if I have that rock steady on or not. But I do like that I could at least view, if I mount it somewhere, I can at least So I did get a warning error that said the camera overheated, so I'm going to try this again. I didn't have my air conditioner on, so I still hate that it overheated already. I probably had it running, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes. But right now it's recording. I'm going to keep my air conditioning on just to see if that helps out any. I do live in Alabama, so the humidity here gets pretty hot. It gets pretty hot with the humidity here in Alabama. But we'll see. If it's something that, just let it cool down for a few minutes and it'll continue on, then that's okay, I guess. I do like the form factor, so I hope that they could have a firmware update that could fix that, because I'd hate for it to just, I'd like to be able to at least, let it run for an hour would be ideal. I understand it's a smaller form factor, so there's probably not much heat dissipation. So it's probably a good thing to keep the light on the front. It has a little red light that's blinking. So if it does quit, it'll turn green. So you'll know, I don't know how much footage I lost because I was talking. I wasn't paying attention to that. But right now it's still going. But this is, you can take that camera underwater. You can't put the vision dock underwater. And I like that you can magnetize it, so it has this little lanyard necklace that you could wear, and you could put it under your shirt and mount it here. It also has a hat clip, which is really nice to have that. So if you're doing point of view, I do a lot of product reviews, so sometimes it's nice to be able to have your hands free while you're trying to show a product and not have to worry about a camera. So if I could use that on a hat or something like that, that'll be ideal. I think if you're like a musician, it would be ideal. Like if you're a drummer or something, it'd be cool to get a perspective like that. And then if you want to put it like on a guitar, the headstock of a guitar, you could do that as well. I'm going to pull over up here and I'm going to change it to rock steady and make sure that's on. I may try that horizon balance, but I think I'm just going to at least make sure the rock steady's on, and we'll continue this conversation. So I definitely had rock steady off, so I've got it on now, so it should hopefully be pretty good. I've got, it went down to like 20% battery, so I've got the actual vision dock on there. And I went to 16:9 versus the 4:3, so the wide that I had earlier may look a little weird, so hopefully this is better though. So it said the camera overheated, and like I said, I had it on for about probably 20 minutes. So what I did when I pulled over, I just turned my air conditioner on high, and I placed it right in front of it. I placed the camera right in front of it, and it cooled down just like that. So I had to put it back on the vision dock because the battery life went to 23 or 20%. And that's another thing that I wish that the little camera had USB-C. For one, you could probably use it as a webcam if you wanted to. and two, like I could run a USB-C cable to the camera, like while it's hooked up. But right now it's hooked up to the Vision dock, which is fine. I think I'm really going to like this camera, but the overheating thing could be an issue. You may want to use the camera like in increments, so like, 10 or 12 minutes at the max, maybe 15. Or if you're just doing like point of view shots, so you're definitely not going to be able to just set it and forget it, because it's probably going to overheat, unless they could push out some firmware thing. I still like how tiny it is. I think it's really cool they could do 4K in something that small. Years ago I had a GoPro, I think it was like, I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was super small, like a cube shaped, and it was pretty good, but you couldn't see like what you were filming or anything. It didn't have like a little dock with it, but you could connect like a phone, I think, to it to kind of frame your shots. Anyways, I'm at like 600 subscribers on this channel. If you want to subscribe, let me know. I want to do a little bit more of these long form things here. I'm trying to get my watch hours up so that I can get monetized at some point. I'm like 2,200 hours right now. You have to have like 4,000 watch hours, which is a lot. So after watching this video, if you want to go back and watch some of my review videos, etc., feel free to do so. Make sure you comment though on this video, so it helps my engagement there, and like the video. It's pretty shaky right now, so I'm hoping that the camera's not like going crazy or nothing. I'm at about 6 minutes recording since I let it cool down. Let me know below if you all are using like Insta360, I think it's Go 3S or something like that. And it's got 10-bit color, which is nice. Right now I just have it on the standard 10-bit, which is not D-Log M. I'm not trying to color grade this because, I mean, I'm in my vehicle, so it's not going to be the best image right now, probably, as far as like trying to color grade. And it's getting darker, so hopefully it bumps up the ISO automatically for me. Because I set the frame rate to 1/60, I think it was. But yeah, I think the Action 6 is coming out soon. Maybe that'll do 8K, but again, like, they've got to get this like heating thing figured out, because I'm not sure like adding 8K is going to do anything if it, if these cameras are going to continue to get hot. I wouldn't mind them having a feature that allows you to connect it to the Vision dock without it charging, because that could also lead to more heat. And I did have an idea of like, I think somebody can make like a DJI mount that could like rotate, so that when you put it on the dock, you can at least, like, if you're filming in front of you or behind you, you could rotate it quickly, but still be able to see like the screen. Right now it's doing pretty good. We're almost at 9 minutes. It's probably a little shaky. Hopefully it's not too bad though. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like. I don't know what the volume. I have it, I think the backup recording. And I did take this this little protective case thing. I took it off because I think that could lead to more heat as well. So, and maybe the hack is like, before you use it, like turn your AC on full blast and just cool down the camera as much as you can, so that way when you're using it, it'll, you know, extend that battery or extend that time that you could film. But it makes a great little dash cam too, I guess, if you wanted to do like time lapses or hyper lapses. It is starting to get dark earlier, so if I do these videos, it may be a little dark in the car, so we'll see how that looks. The only other thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that it only has 128 gigabytes of storage, which for, you know, what I'm doing here, it should be fine. But if you want to do anything more, like the same day, you're going to have to like transfer the footage either off of it to the Vision dock, which you can put a SD card in the Vision dock. It's kind of crazy though that you can't record to the Vision dock if you have the camera attached. Maybe that could be fixed with the firmware. But if you really want to see some cool like POV stuff, go check out Chris Meets Chris. I've been following him for a long time on YouTube. He does really good with storytelling, like using this camera, so I would highly suggest go watch his video and you could get some ideas. I think he's got 2 actually out so far on this camera, so you'll definitely enjoy his content. And then check out Danny Black. He's also a friend of mine. He does a lot of review stuff. He's got a full tutorial on this camera, and a lot of the other DJI cameras as well. I'm curious to know what the image is looking like now, because it's starting to get a little dark. But I just think this would be a cool camera. You just carry around, get different angles, you know, cooking shots if you're cooking, or put it on your refrigerator if you want to talk in the kitchen, or if you're walking outside and there's a metal pole, set it on that. The possibilities are endless. I do like that it's still recording right now. But let me know if you like this kind of content. I do know, on a different note, they have I think Insta360's got a sister company, I guess it's called. Like, I think it's called like Anti-Gravity or something like that. And they're supposed to have a 360 drone which is going to be really cool. I don't know. I think they're like, what's funny is I think the Insta360 and DJI are kind of like, so the camera fell. It's still recording, so hopefully it didn't damage anything. Probably should have kept that case on there. But anyways, Insta360 is coming out with a camera, or Insta360 is coming out with a drone, so that'll be interesting. May have to get a different suction mount because I don't know if it's bumpy, it'll fall off for some reason. So if you have any suggestions on a different mount or a dash mount I could get, let me know. Because I definitely don't want it falling. And I do live in a rural area, so when I go up a hill, it's very bumpy, like on a dirt road. So I'm very surprised it's still going, which is nice. It's almost at 15 minutes. When I get on the dirt road, I'll turn it around so you can kind of see what it looks like as you're driving. And I'll show you what it looks like on a bumpy hill if there's still daylight. Getting close, but I still like this camera a lot. It's pretty cool that it's still going. I'm surprised, but I've heard people say they've recorded like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, but I think they were in 4K 24. I'm in 4K 30, but we'll see. I like to support companies that are innovative. That's why I like DJI. And they're good about pushing out updates as well. So even though if this is technically probably like their version 2, because I think they had like a square looking camera. But if they continue to make these each year and improve, I'm all about supporting those companies. Now with a 360, I just can't justify that because those lenses, if they get scratched, it's over. It's pretty much over with. So you can replace them, but I don't know for us people, or for the people like myself in the US, I don't know that we could do that. So I just didn't want to spend like, I mean, it's like, I bought the bundle. I got a good deal on it because I bought it through Sweetwater, and they actually had the price lower at launch. But I can't justify like $600 or whatever it is for something that could be a paperweight with one scratch. So this one, however, has the little lens. I could take it off and you can unscrew it. It's kind of like if you had the Action 4 or 5, you can unscrew those. And some people have tested, I think Chris Meets Chris did it, but you could take the Action 5 like ND filters and actually use it. I think you gotta do a little something to it, and you can check out his video, but that's pretty cool that you could reuse stuff you already have. So that's another reason I like DJI. Their mic systems you can use with their cameras, their mounting system. So you're not having to buy new stuff every time you get a new camera. Like, you could use the same items. But I don't know how this audio sounds either, so and and I'm curious what the image looks like because it's getting darker, and I probably should have left the shutter angle to like let it be, automatic. They do have like a super night mode, I think, but we'll see what it looks like. I do have the ISO on automatic, so it should be bumping that up as it's getting darker here. But let me know if you like this kind of content. I don't mind doing these kind of videos if people are interested to hear what I have to say. Mainly probably talk about tech and stuff, and how this camera is working out and different things like that. But I also review a lot of music gear. I'm a musician, so I play drums, piano, acoustic guitar, some electric. I'm not a lead player by any means, but I enjoy reviewing stuff like that for things companies send to me. But anyways, we'll see how this looks. I'm not really one to talk to a camera a lot like this kind of format, so it's probably good practice for me to do this kind of stuff just to get out of my shell a little bit. And it will help, hopefully, with watch hours too, because I would like to get those up. But it's still going, and we're at almost 21 minutes. Sorry if the first half of this footage was really bumpy. I didn't realize I had Rocksteady off. I'll know that for next time for sure. Like I said, this is a really bumpy area, so we'll see what the footage looks like. The camera is really shaking right now. So anyways, it's probably gotten a little dark, but I'm going to wrap up this video. Hopefully this video has helped you out. I'll leave links below if you're interested in buying it, assuming they're available in the US, but the Genius link will also take you to other countries. So if you're on Amazon in other countries, you'll probably see that. But overall, I think I like this camera. Surprised it's still going, which is nice. And I did take off this cover here, so that probably helped out some. We'll see what DJI comes out with as far as firmware. But anyways, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and we'll see you next time.